Hello, Nelson County sports fans. Commissioner Boblet here with my handy-dandy sidekick, Gavin Morgan. Hey, Gavin, how about it? Are you ready to kick off this spring Pride Games?
I'm excited, Denise.
All righty, let's just get to it. We're going to serve you up with some exciting action starting Friday, March the 21st at Nelson County High School Gym. For the annual spring Pride Games, starting at 5 p.m., we'll have our annual Pride Pack basketball game where we'll get to meet some new players and the senior sponsors from Thomas Nelson and Nelson County in the big red-blue game. But second of all, we will have our annual volleyball competition, and that's what we're ready to do now, is to draw the teams for the Bracketology for Friday night. So now let's start our Bracketology with the teams for this year's Spring Pride volleyball game. We will have 4 byes. Those teams were the winners from last year, and so at this time we will place them on our bracket. Our first team will be Foster Heights. So Gavin, if you'll pull that one, okay. Our second bye will be the Up Center.
Here we go.
Our next bye will be OKH. And then of course the winner from last year, the Academy Thrive team. So there are your 4 byes. So now to set the teams for the rest of the evening, our first game will start at approximately 5:30. And Gavin, if you'll shake the bowl up, okay, and without looking, I want you to reach in there and pull the first team for the first game on the bracket. And that is
BMS.
BMS. All right, Gavin. So now let's see who they will be playing.
Got New Haven.
New Haven. So we got the New Haven Mustangs against Bloomfield Middle School. All right, so that's the first game. Our next game, let me shake it up just a little bit, Gavin.
Go ahead.
All right, here we go. All right, reach in there. Next game.
Got Thomas Nelson.
Thomas Nelson. All right, and who will Thomas Nelson play?
Got Nelson County.
OMG! Again? All right, Gavin, let me shake those things up a little bit. Okay, here we go. All right, there's 4 teams left, and I have 4 spots. Let me have one for game number 3.
We got Bloomfield Elementary.
Bloomfield Elementary will play
ELC.
ELC. That should be a game there. Alrighty, and the last game?
We got Boston.
Boston.
Against Cox's Creek.
Boston against Cox's Creek. That's another good game there. So looking at the brackets there, Gavin, look, see what you think here. We got BMS, New Haven. Who do you think might come out of that bracket?
I'm going to have to go with the Mustangs on that one.
Oh, he's thinking the Mustangs. All right, and then the most popular game I think on the bracket, Thomas Nelson and Nelson County.
What are the numbers, boys? Nelson County odds are 20 to 1. Thomas Nelson's are 15 to 1. What are the odds for the LLC? 5 to 1. That's the unis.
All right, and then we got BES and ELC, and what do you feel about that one, Gavin?
I'm feeling BLC on that one.
Oh, ELC?
Yeah.
Well, you know, they've got some pretty good stats over there, so I think I'm going to go along with you on that one as the ELC. And then last but not least in that round bracket, we've got Boston and Cox's Creek.
I'm going to go Boston. Go Yellow Jackets.
And you know, I'm going to go Cox's Creek just because he said Boston. So there you go. And then don't forget, the first team between BMS and New Haven will play Foster Heights. Thomas Nelson and Nelson County will play the Up Center. BES and ELC will play Old Kentucky Home. Boston and Cox's Creek will play the Academy. So that's the draw for this year's Spring Pride Games. Again, that's Friday, March the 21st, Nelson County Gym. We start things off at 5 o'clock with our Pride Pack game between the red and the blue with senior sponsors and our wonderful team there. And then 5:30, we'll start the action for our volleyball game. Don't forget, we'll have free food, bouncy houses, a concession stand, and a lot of fun things going on. So please come out and join us for our annual Spring Pride Games.